Welcome. We're joined by head coach Dave Tippett. Again, if you have questions, please use the raise hand function. Ryan Rashog, TSN.
Dave, obviously a successful little set here against Ottawa. What did you like most about what your team brought forward through these 3 games? It's not often you can beat a team 3 times in a row like that.
Well, we've talked a lot about how we want to play as a group and trying to stay consistent with it. I thought tonight's game got a little scrambly at times, but I like that we hung in there and found a way to win. And that's, we got to keep building our group. Our players are really committed to getting better every day, and every game is a new challenge for us. When you have a set of games against 3, there's challenges that come within that you have to overcome. And I thought our guys did a pretty good job of it.
Heading into a stretch of schedule here, I mean, it's always been tight with lots of games, but heading into a stretch here, just a thought on the way you have this group playing and you feel ready to take on what the schedule's about to throw at you?
Well, it's going to be a grind here, without a doubt. That everybody goes through it this year, where your schedule seems like it's crowded with travel, and we talked about it as a group. We know how we want to go about it, how we expect to play, and I hope we meet the challenge head on.
Jim Matheson, Post Media.
Dave, while Connor and Leon did their usual thing, and Nurse and Barrie continued their scoring, you got some goals from some other people tonight, in particular Ennis and Haas. Was that a welcome sight?
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've talked about that all the time, especially when we put McDavid and Draisaitl together. You got to have some balance throughout your lineup. So it's good to see them get on the board. It's those are things that as a team we have to make sure are in place as we move forward here. So everybody chipping in, everybody feel like they got a part of it, even if they're on the scoreboard or not. You got to have people that feel like they're contributing to helping the team win, and that's what we're trying to build.
And Connor scoring in the 10 seconds into the hockey game, most of us hadn't even got our heads around the game starting, and all of a sudden it was 1-0.
Yeah, fluke
goal.
Yeah, just it's fluky goal that goes in for us, but you'll take it. We wanted to make sure we come out and started the game, quick. We knew they were going to come at us pretty hard, and I give them some credit. They rebounded right after that. I mean, they pushed back for the next 10 minutes or so pretty good. So, we got a lucky break on that one to get going, but, we'll take the breaks, all the breaks we can get right now.
Derek Van Diest, Post Media.
Hey Dave, I just want to ask you about Tyson Barrie. It just that he looks like he's playing such confident hockey right now. And what does he bring into your back end?
Well, he brings an element of, the puck movement and just the creativity back there has got better and better as the year has gone on. And Nurse and him have, really gelled well together. And Barry's really done a nice job as he's got to know our power play of getting that going. So he's been a strong contributor. You look at him, he plays close to 20 minutes a night, and I think he's top 5 in the scoring for defense and scoring. So he's come in and he's kind of established himself with our team, and he's contributing, which is good to see.
And he's got a heck of a shot. Do you have to kind of remind him of that every now and then, to let that shot go? Because that was a heck of a goal today.
No, it was a heck of a shot, that's for sure. That's one of the weapons he has, and I think there are probably some times when he defers more than he should, but when he gets to use it, I'm glad he can capitalize on it.
Final 2 questions. Tony Brar, Ryan Rashog. Tony, go ahead.
Hey, Dave, when I mentioned to you this morning about the second half of the season kickstarting today, you mentioned about wanting to keep an even keel. After losses, after wins, you're always adamant that there's always something to work on. So you guys are 15-5 in your last 20 games. How much of that is attributed to the receptiveness of the group and with the teachings at hand by the coaching staff?
I don't know if it's the teaching so much as the players buying into, playing well together, and everybody finding their niche on the team and kind of gelling together. So we talk about how we want to play, but the players are the ones that have got to go out there and do the job and get in the trenches and find ways to win. So I give the players full credit. They're buying in. You get to the point where everybody understands how we want to play, what we want to do, but then the players end up policing themselves out there for it. So it's when you win a few games, things seem to trend the right direction. But I like the way our group has grabbed it when we haven't, been as successful. They talk about things that we have to do to get back on track. So that's a good sign for our team.
And obviously, it was a special night at Rogers Place with Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Just a quick comment on why it's so important that the Oilers, the Senators, and the rest of the National Hockey League are part of such a big initiative.
Well, cancer affects so many people, and so many families, and everybody. It seems like everybody's been touched one way or another by a loved one or a friend or whatever through cancer, and it's just a cause I know that the players, coaches, everybody involved really is very meaningful to.
Mark Spector.
Dave, it's just another part of a weird year. You play the same team 7 times inside 29 games. It's almost a quarter of your season's been against Ottawa so far.
Yeah.
Will it be nice to, I know you've been beating them and that's good, but will it be in some ways nice to break away and play someone else here?
Yeah, I guess so, but it feels like we're playing the same teams over and over again. But when the schedule came out, you just you wrap your head around it and you think about it for a little bit, and then you move on. And I think we've got ourselves really thinking it's the next game. It doesn't matter who's up next; it's the next game you got to prepare for. There's different things that happen when you're playing the same team over, back to back or 3 times in a row. There's adjustments you make more like a playoff style, but everybody knows what the schedule looks like. You're going to play a lot of same teams over and over again, and you just have to deal with it. But ultimately, at the end, we've really tried to focus on what we're trying to do, no matter who we're playing. So it's very unique, but on the other side of it, you got to concentrate on what you're doing.
And traditional thinking in this market, when you showed up, you talked about how getting McDavid and Draisaitl running their own lines was important and how the team was better when they did it. You put them back together and they're obviously lethal.
Yeah.
What does this mean when the games get more important and the opponents get better? Can these guys stay in the same line?
Well, you see how it went last year. You see how you got to get a feel for your team as you go along, and there's times when you feel like that you can run with it, and there's going to be other times we probably want to split them up. So that's just a feel we're going to have, and we'll we had success this week with it, so we'll reevaluate tonight, and we'll see where we get tomorrow.